Hey y'all, happy iOS Tuesday, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. And we're live. I'm sorry I had to miss two iOS Tuesdays the week of before, or the week after that, the week after Halloween. So it was like kind of busy, so I had to miss it. And last week, I was on call, surprisingly. So that's why I had to miss last live stream as well, because I have really cool idea, with a really cool design to do live coding today. So I didn't want to get interrupted by a possible emergency on call, so that's why I didn't do live stream last week. But today we have a lot to cover today, and we going to do live coding. So before we get started, I will be focusing on live coding today. So feel free to send me a chat or a message, and I like talking to you. I like interacting with y'all, but I will be focusing on live coding, and I will take breaks. And as I take breaks, I will answer your questions. I will address your comments. I will share your comments. And before we get started, let me just show you what we're going to do. What are we going to be doing tonight? Let me share my screen. I had a little technical difficulties right before the live stream. So we're going to implement. Oh, hey, Justin. Happy Tuesday. We're going to focus on this, like the first image design. So um, we're not gonna do in this, at least in this live stream, we're not gonna do two other screens. We're gonna focus this on the first image, to implement the design on the first image. So, and if we look, I was noodling around with that design, and this is the goal for today. So what is going to be functional, and what is going to be just for visual. So our search bar is going to be functional. So we're going to perform search, hopefully. So that part, like category, it's just for visual, because it is how our design is implemented. So as of right now, we don't have. I personally don't have any backend services or like network code to implement that. So we're not gonna go. We're not gonna cover it today. We also going to create this view just as HStack just for today in the next live stream, because uh, this is kind of custom top bar. So in the next live stream, we I don't think we're gonna have a lot of time today to cover it. In the next live stream, we're gonna implement custom top bar with SwiftUI. It is easier with with SwiftUI than with UIKit, and it's fairly low cost maintenance as of right now. How like the view stacks implemented. So, but basically, we're gonna implement the custom tab bar. So. We're not gonna use built-in SwiftUI top bar, because it is a little bit hard to modify that view. And I was researching different solutions, and I came out with one of them. But for today, we're going to implement this screen. We're going to implement our carousel. If we don't have time for anything else, we're going to create like this view, like um, the navigation bar view. We're going to create this view. We're going to create snapping carousel, and we're going to create this H stack. This is the goal for today, but let's see how it goes. Um, And like I said, the custom tab bar, we probably gonna do in the next live stream in the next Tuesday. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, please let me know in the comments. I will take breaks in between. And yeah, very important before we start um, coding, in the description for this video. In the description for this video, there's a GitHub repo for starter project, and let me pull up my uh, GitHub repo. Swift UI carousel, Swift UI carousel, and I'm going to create a new branch, new branch, live live stream, bring changes to live stream. So if you want to get the latest changes, go to GitHub, and I will publish this branch like right now. I will put all the code in the live stream branch. So just in case if people would like to follow along, so on the main branch, it's a starter project, and on the live stream branch, it's a code that we are doing together. So if you're joining late, go to my GitHub repo that is in the description in my video, and go to live stream branch, and you will be able to get the latest and greatest code. All right. So with that out of the way, let's start coding. So I think it will be useful to kind of have like let's design like somewhere over here so we can kind of see what we're doing, um, and it will also be easier for me to explain why I'm doing certain things in a certain way. So hopefully you are able to see my screen just fine, just okay. And let's just go ahead and get started. So I do have my project on my other screen. So just because it is live stream, you know how live streams can be. So we don't waste time for things that we don't have to waste time on. So and we're gonna start implementing with a navigation view. Navigation view. So the navigation view needed because we have to create those item like the navigation items here. Like on the one hand, we don't really have to have a navigation view as of right now, but like we don't know how we're gonna develop the app in the future. So in the future, we might want to navigate to another screen, or like tap on the item and it will bring us to another view and things like that. So that's why it is more than reasonable to place our view in navigation view. And in our navigation view, we're going to create a V stack. So the V stack that will hold the whole view from top to bottom together, including our search bar, including our H stacks, including our geometry reader. We're going to work with geometry reader today. So V stack. And our VStack is going to have alignment, and it's going to be leading. And the first view that we see in our view, the first view that we see is well, the first view that we actually see in our view is this header. Hello, Eugene. What's your favorite movie? It's it is an interesting problem to solve that can be solved really easily. So if we if we try to implement it as a navigation title, hello Eugene, I need somehow new line and um, and new line is not really working with the navigation title, so it's a little bit complicated. So I can't add anything else on the second line as a title. So I need to implement a little bit different solution. So for that we are going to use navigation we're going to use navigation bar. We're going to use navigation bar items, and we're going with the dark mode period. So we might as well just go ahead and add background, and it's a new modifier like background, and we're gonna add color black. And yeah, no. Oh, yeah. So it is a new modifier available in iOS 15. So go ahead and change it to iOS 15 and you should be fine. Let me build my project. So, and now we are fine. And we might as well, we want to fill the whole screen with a black color. So we might as well just say, um, we might as well say ignore safe area. Ignore safe area. And as of right now, you're not going to see anything in the preview because we don't have any views. And as our view is growing, we like our screen is going to slowly but surely fill out the V stack. And at some point, it's going to like the black background is going to fill the entire screen. So, where were we? We would like to put navigation navigation bar items. Hello, Eugene. What's your favorite movie? So, let's go ahead and do that. Navigation bar items. We're gonna do just leading. And for our leading view, we're going to implement a VStack. Let me just align a little bit, just a little bit better. VStack. Alignment. Leading. Ooh, spacing is going to be 5. Okay, I think I might mess it up a little bit. Autocomplete. Alignment is going to be leading. Spacing is going to be 5. Okay. And in our V stack, we're gonna say text, hello Eugene, font title, and foreground color white. And our item is has been has disappeared for now. So I'm going to comment it out as of right now, but we do want to white background color because we our background is going to be black. So per default, our text color is black, so it's not going to be visible on a black background color. That's why we need foreground color. And the second view is going to be our text view. It's going to be your what's your favorite movie? And the font, and we're going to use like title body. It is semantic font. So in other words, the system will know how big it's supposed to be. And our foreground color is going to be gray. So, and I'm going to just uncomment that line for now. And as we fill out our view with other views, we're gonna see a lot more. We're gonna see that navigation bar item just here in a moment as we fill out our view with other views. So as of right now, we are going to do um, searchable. Yeah, and for searchable, we have to implement um, our text at state private var search term. Yeah, search term. Okay, that should work, and we should see our uh, we should see our search here in this here in a second. Oh, like I put it in the wrong place, of course. Yeah. Here's our search bar. We're going to modify. We're not gonna use searchable. If we do have time today, we're going to implement the custom search bar today. This is my intention, but we're just gonna see how it goes today. But as of right now, so we have kind of like placeholder for the search bar. We're going to use searchable, but we're going to replace our search bar with a custom SwiftUI search bar. And a little bit about searchable. As I was working on this project for our live stream, unfortunately, I unfortunately searchable. I mean, it can get the job done. You can search items, yes, and you can. implement suggestions and things like that. Yes. However, um, for example, for our implementation, like when I'm searching, for example, I don't want our top bar to be present, and when I click cancel, I would like to appear again. So I need to listen to those events, and unfortunately, as of right now, I don't really know how I don't really know how to I don't really know how to do that with searchable. So that's why I think when you're implementing search and search functionality in your app, the best way to go is to implement your own, or to bring the UI view representative. Representable, UI view representable. It's been a long day, so I don't remember how to say words. So, my solution to go SwiftUI, all the way SwiftUI, because it's just easier to control certain elements in your view. So, but enough about searchable. We're gonna implement our own. And if you look at the design, we are looking for a little bit different design here. Our magnifying glass has to be at the end, and and has to be a little bit wider, and things like that. So that's why searchable is not really modifiable as much as we want it to be. So let's create our first H stack. H stack, H stack, and spacing is going to be quite large. It's going to be 250, and like just an FYI, it's just a live stream project. And I'm focusing on iPhone in this live stream. I haven't really tried it on iPad. So, this app that we're building is basically designed for iPhone only. And given the time constraint that we have with the live stream, we don't really have a lot of time to build out the whole application for like different screen sizes and different platforms and things like that. It's more so like we can expand on that in the future live streams, but for this live stream, just an FYI, we're gonna have magic numbers, we're gonna have hard coding numbers, and it's for iPhone only. So and let's do text. I promise our VStack, this VStack is going to change the color at some point. It's already changing color, but like as it is expanding and filling out the area, it will fill out the whole screen. Category, foreground color, white, and text. See all. Foreground color, orange. Okay. All right, this is our first H stack. Now we're gonna build another H stack with categories. So we're gonna say H stack. Ooh, spacing, and here it's going to be 40. And we're gonna bring emojis, text. And how do we bring emojis in our code? It is Control Command Space. Yes, I do remember it correctly. And this is how bring emojis. I missed one thing. So if you see here, it is not just a text, and it's not just emoji and a text. It's actually a V stack. So we have H stack, and H stack will contain V stack. So like emoji and a text it's a V stack. And we're simply going to just place it right here. Okay. So, and we here, like phone is going to be title, and heading is going to be 20. And we need to add like a little bit lighter black. So for that, I'm going to create an asset color. Asset, like you go to your assets, you create, you click on the plus sign, and here's a color, and we just gonna name it background, and we're gonna click it. We're gonna click it on here. We're gonna click on here, show color panel. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little thing like a dropper. So, and if you put your dropper over here, it will select the black color that you selected, and we basically gonna do it for both um, dark mode and light mode. Um, and actually, we can just yeah, like universal, like none. Yeah, I think it's safe. And here we're gonna say, oh, what did we do? Yeah, we want it back. Let me make it a little bit smaller. So, padding, and for the padding, I'm gonna say background, and here is gonna be color, and we can provide the name of the color, the name of the asset. I think I think this is like I think this is what we are supposed to do, and well, actually, let me do a little in a little bit different way background, since like in my project I do it like that. Color. Let me see. Background, and you have to provide exact name for the color, or it won't appear on your screen. Resume. I think I kind of see it, and corner radius is what, 12. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see like right here, but it's kind of hard to see right here. But we can try it again. Bring the color. Bring the color. And we can totally like modify it here if we have to. If we have to, we can always do a little bit like a little bit lighter if we have to. If we don't see that black color that we intended to. Okay, let me close this panel. Let me please resume, and we're going to create um, other restacks just like that. We're going to copy this. Oh, and in this V stack, we totally forgot to provide we totally forgot to provide the name of the category. It is text, and romance, and foreground color, white. And in this, here we're gonna use a laughing emoji, and it's gonna be text. We're gonna say comedy, and foreground color white. Okay. And I think like you got the idea. I will just bring other V stacks from my project that I created. We just have to modify the background name. H-stack, okay. And we just have to modify the instead of tab bar color, we're just gonna say background and background. So I think this is the I think this is right. So and we're going to put a spacer and minimum length is going to be 30. So we already see that our view kind of filled out a little bit. So, we going to keep building on, and don't worry, like the white corners, like it's gonna fill up here in a little bit. Gonna fill up here in a little bit. So, and Here we're gonna say text, and the text is gonna be favorite movies, and foreground color, white. So we see like on the bottom, but like it's gonna fix itself here in a little bit. So after that, we're going to place geometry reader, and this is where our like snapping carousel will begin. Geometry reader. So we need to know our screen size. CG size equals screen reader size. Okay. And as we see, like our view kind of corrected itself. And now what we need to do, we need to build like, before we start actually building our movie carousel, let's finish up with our H stack for let's finish up with our H stack for the top bar. So our top bar. So if we look here, we're gonna refactor it a little bit later. In like I said, in the later videos when we're gonna actually make it work as a tab bar, not just as a simple view. So we can utilize buttons, and for the buttons we can utilize SF symbols. And if we think about a tab bar implementation in UI Kit, it's an array of like tab bar items basically, or like view controllers and tab bar items. Like you got you got the point. So we're going to utilize the same technique for our custom tab bar. We're going to create an array, and as of right now, it's going to be an array of strings and an array of SF symbols. And I'm going to just copy it from my previous project because it's we add the we don't have the whole lot of time, and I'd rather just start building start building our view and get down to the snapping carousel and show you how to create a snapping carousel with a scaling effect. So let's get down to business. Let's get to work. So here we are going to say we're going to create an H stack. And in H stack, we're going to create our for each. And we're going to iterate through our array in indices, through our indices. And it's pretty safe because like we do know it's not gonna exceed the indices of the array, because like we gonna iterate how many indices we have in an array. index in index in, and we're going to create a spacer at the beginning of our view, and then we're going to create a button um, where is the completion handle button? So we're going to like it's going to be our action. More code to come in the next lives, if I can spell live stream, and the label is going to be image system name tab bar images at the current index. So this is our button, and spacer. Yeah. Oh, and in color white, and because we need everything white. And we need to bring this up a little bit. Spacer? Yeah. Oh, like no, I don't think I did spacer. I think here is heading, and here is our background, which is gonna have our color. How do we name that background? Okay, it's a little bit lighter. And corner radius is going to be 8. So a little rounded corners and more padding. Yeah, yeah, I think that's what we did here. Yeah, like it's not super low, but it's not super high either. So it's not like on the actual top bar placement, but it's a little bit up higher. It's kind of like floating view that we can interact as a top bar. So let me get rid of the extra space, everything concise, and we can see where everything is. So now what we have to do, now we have to create, because we're gonna interact with the actual backend service. So we have our services. So like we already have our service, and the service is from the movie DB, and you have to have your API key. So in the video description, there's an actual link for MovieDB. So like what you can do, you can just go ahead and register and get your API key. So for Any reason like you are not able to find this key on my repo, because I'm probably gonna delete it most likely, or if too many people utilize this key for one or the other reason, and movie DB says, you know what, I'm not gonna share movies with you anymore because too many users. But so to be safe, if you want the service to work on your end, get your API key. It is free. You don't have to pay anything. So we have our backend service. Like there's literally nothing to see. Like it's really like kind of old-fashioned way to implement that. It's actually my old project that I was working on one of my take-home projects, maybe. But that's long story short. It's a really old-fashioned way to do, like not really an old-fashioned way, but like really simple way to do networking. So nothing too complicated. Like we literally make a request and do and do um return. So my brain is working a little bit slow today. Again, like long day today. So like we have to create a view model, and yeah, we have a folder for view model, and we're gonna create a new file. And it's really important for us to continue to work forward in our live stream. We are 48 minutes, but like I will do my best to finish it as soon as I can to show you the actual carousel. View model. Uh, Import SwiftUI. And it is confirming to observable object. Observable object. Yeah. So we're gonna have two properties, like one property for now, publish object, publish for movies. It's a type of our result of the movies. So you may like rename it as a result, and we also going to like create empty initializer, and we're gonna create a method get movies, search term, it's a string, and here we're gonna say service shared page movies, search term, move movies. We don't care about the error, like most likely not gonna get an error. Dispatch queue may dispatch queue main sync self of movies equal movies. That's all what we're gonna do. And if we go to the result is our codable data model, what we get from the service. One thing that I would like to point out is ID. Instead of UUID, I do poster path. It's unique, and absolute worst case scenario, if it's not there, I do UUID string. So this is what I do. And for our view, we're going to rely on our result, and we are going to render an image of our movie. So, or in other words, our poster. Let me take a little break. And see if we have any comments or not. We don't have any comments. That's fine. So let's create a view for the movies. So, and we're going to excuse me, in our views, we're going to create a new file. It's going to be a Swift file. We're going to call it movie item or movie view. Movie view would be a better name for that. And we're going to import SwiftUI. Okay. So this is how we know that it's and here we're gonna place our geometry reader. So, and we need a movie. Let's create a private let movie and we also need to know this screen size, and it's going to be the type of CG size, flat width, CG float, and left height. It's also going to be CG float, and it's going to be 400. Okay. All right. So now in our reader, we need mid x, distance, damping, percentage, and base URL, and then the poster image, and then the URL that we're going to paste the for our image. So let's go ahead and create that. So, and I will try to explain how everything works. Like it took me a little bit, it took me a little bit to figure out how it took me a little bit to figure out how everything works. But I found a a couple of projects that kind of worked. So, and I kind of I would say I understood how it works, but no worry. I think the code speaks louder than 1,000 words of explanation, and we are almost at an hour of our stream. So let's just get to the code, and if needed, I will explain what's going on with the code. So let mid x equals reader frame in global mid x. So this is our mid x. We're gonna get it from the reader. Let distance equals we're gonna calculate absolute value of screen size width, and we're gonna what is that 2 minus mid x subtract, not subtract, but the word is escaping me. So, and then let damping is going to be CG float equals 4.5. And the percentage is going to be our absolute value of distance divided, this is the word, screen size width by 2, and dividing by damping minus 1. And percentage is going to be our scale effect, because in Geometry Reader we can select scale effect, and this is this is the percentage. This is how we're going to calculate how much we're going to scale that view in to create that kind of effect. So all right. The rest is just for our view, and I'm going to use a sync image. And a sync image is in a beta version, it was kind of meh, but I think it's gotten a lot better. I don't know about you, but I, I can use it in my project here. So I still have a lot of questions, but I can use it here. So and our poster has a base URL equals, and let me just grab that base URL. So basically, a URL for an image is it's going to consist of the base URL and the poster path. So let poster, it's a string and it's a movie poster path, and it's optional, and if it's not there, we're just gonna return empty string. And let URL equals URL string base URL plus poster. Okay. So, and let's create actual view, our view that will scale on our screen. Here we're gonna say vstack, and we're gonna put spacer up here. And here we're gonna use async image. Async image URL, and we're gonna use face, and we're gonna switch on face. So, and I'm going to wait for a second for Xcode to yell at me, and I think it is. Wait a minute. What did I do wrong? URL, right? Is in, right? Okay. Base case success, let image, and image resizable. Yeah, can it be resizable? If it is empty, which is gonna say color black, color black, so we don't have like extra like weird effects on our view. And a known case also gonna be color black, so everything is gonna be just black. Okay, resizable, and scale to fit, and we're gonna add a little bit more padding, and frame width, we don't care about the height and alignment. Okay. So now let's add a little bit more modifiers to our vstack. Let me check if there are any comments. No comments. So, and I know it's getting late. I know it's getting late, but like I really want to show you how to create like the carousel. I think it's really cool. So frame, oh, frame maximum width to infinity, scale, scale effect percentage. So like this is our percentage that we calculated right here. This is what we needed. And we're gonna add some shadow. Like we're gonna drop some white shadow. I'm going to just copy that code like right here, like shadow white 0.1, opacity 0 point 33, radius 50, x and x 5 and y 5. Let me get rid of extra space, and here like frame we're gonna say width and height, and we don't gonna worry about alignment. Let's make sure that everything is all right. Let me build the application uh, for a second. So like everything is linking as we expected. So now let's go ahead and create our carousel. Content view, resume, get rid of extra white spaces. Okay, and here we're gonna create a method that basically will render our carousel. Func move movies carousel. Screen size, CG size, and we're going to return some view. So let item with CG float equals screen size with multiplied by 0.8, and padding CG float equals screen size width minus item width divided by 2, and we're going to return scroll view. Scroll view horizontal and show indicators false. Not gonna show. We're not gonna show the indicators, and it's gonna be h stack spacing minus. Like let's start with minus 60. Like then we're gonna adjust it. Maybe. And for each, and here for each Vuma. Let's put our view model here. For our view model, we're gonna say state object. Oh, what happened with my alignment? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with my oh view model. It's getting late. That's what it is. It's getting late. Why it's not building? Oh, yeah. View model movies. Movie in. So, and movie in movie view. So movie view, movie screen size, item width, why there's body? Let me see what's going on with my movie view. That's so weird. Yeah, like that's so weird. Let me see what's let me see what's like what is this way? Okay, I'm going to yeah, I'm going to Yeah, I don't know what's acting weird. Oh, yeah, like let me just try to like for my initial project, I'm using like I'm just gonna try to pass the code here, and I'm just gonna like modify the so no, that's so weird. And yeah, let me just paste my view, my entire view, because like that's really weird. Okay. Oh, maybe well. Yeah. For here, instead of web image, we're going to use a sync image. And movie, instead of movie item, we're gonna use movie view. So and let me just retype a sync image. A sync image URL. Phase. 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 Image. So we're gonna copy all of that. And here we're gonna just say color black, and here color black. So let's, okay, okay, that worked. Um, so, whew, that worked. I don't know what it was. This is why whenever I do live streams, I usually have my code handy. So because I have troubleshooting my code during my live view. Um, so let me see if there are any comments. No comments. So now we can finally say movie carousel screen size. And we also have to make on appear. So when it appears, um, view model, get movies, and just for this example, we're gonna say Christmas because Christmas is coming. Whew. All being well, I have a feeling that we have to tweak a little bit like our spacing, but like this is this is our snapping carousel. We can tweak a little bit more the spacing, so we can increase it to 100, and I believe it was 50 when I was working with async image. For some reason, web. Oh, maybe not that close. 100 and or minus 40. Maybe like 100, so we can have it a little bit closer. Yeah, like 100 would work. So, and this is our like snapping carousel. This is this is how we do it. And let me push my code. So, if you're just joining my live stream, the code, the starter project is on my description for this video. And for the code, if you want to see the code that we just covered today, is in the is in the Brudge live stream, like in finished. And we're going to push it to the repo. So like now, if you want to look at the code, you can. If you want to, like, if you join late, and if you want to follow from the beginning, you can and follow along. In the next live stream, we're going to implement custom search bar, because now we use searchable. And we absolutely don't have time today. We've been streaming for an hour and 21 minutes. So we're going to implement custom search bar, and we're also going to implement custom top bar controller. No, not controller, top bar view. So thank you so much, everybody who joined my live stream today. And I hope it was useful. And let me just run it again and show you what we've done so far. I use uh, async image. Like I see a little bit of a weirdness, like at the beginning, um, like you know, like black colors, you know, on top of each other. But we can address a little bit later. You can use as the web image for SwiftUI. Yeah, like thank you, Luz. Thank you so much for joining. So, as the web image doesn't have many side effects that async image has, but in all fairness, async image has improved quite a bit. So what I was playing around with async image when it was in beta, uh, I wouldn't be able to scroll smoothly like that, because images would be loading and you know all that. But also, I have a feeling that for large lists, for large arrays, it's still not quite reliable. I mean, it's happening really fast, but if you look really carefully, you see like kind of views overlapping each other a little bit. But you know, it's all good. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I know it's been a longer live stream than usual. I will try to edit. I will try to edit this live stream um, and put just a video, like with just a code, and cat the chat cat like as I'm typing the code, so you can see the actual code, so you can follow a little bit faster. Because I know during the live streams, sometimes it's a little bit challenging to type fast code and think and troubleshoot, because sometimes I have technical difficulties during my live stream. Again, thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.